That's quite a few plants, isn't it? For today, I will do a bit of a audit count of what I've got. Yeah, quite a few. Where to start? I guess possibly with the squash and things. Okay, so this is a tray of squash. I just want to sort it into winter squash, and it's North Georgia candy roaster. It sounds amazing. I also kind of wanted, the thing is, I kind of want to decide what I'm keeping as well. It's a bit complicated. Maybe I just make one of these trays to be like things for me. Maybe that's how I do it. Okay, let's do that. Pop this over there for a sec. Some of these are, excuse me, some of these are tomatoes. Some sweet tomatoes there. Oh, these are some late sown tomatoes. Actually, they come out quite well. Yeah, I didn't get quite as many as I thought, as I wanted of these, but actually they've come out quite well. We can go on here. Okay, what have we got? There's a few peppers on here as well. Let's just take the peppers off. Obviously they do want to go back. So these are kind of at the moment sorted into things that have been in the grow house, and things that have been in the greenhouse outside. So these have been in the grow house. We should put the peppers all over here. Those that for need a little bit of water. As you can see, they're a little bit dry. This is a Trinidad perfume chili, which is quite interesting because it is a heatless chili. So it's supposed to be like a habanero, but without the heat. I've not successfully grown any chilies off it. I think I might be due to neglect rather than the lack of the good weather. So I'm trying again. Okay, so there's chilies. So it's chilies there. Chilies and sweet peppers. Okay, yeah, I've got most of the squashy things here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and sort them into like cucumbers. So that's a cucumber, that's a cucumber. Oh, that's a pumpkin. Cucumber. Pumpkin. Pumpkins. Pumpkins. Oh, some of these are the ones that have been in the grow house. Just a little bit of water because they also dry out a bit quicker there. But also I don't see them as much. Probably why they've got a bit of yellow leaf on them. But it's only the, as you can see, it's only the seed leaves that go in yellow, so I'm not really worried about that. It's not the main leaves that go in yellow. I think they're sort of basic uses anyway. But yeah, I'll just check these because I think these do need a bit of water. My cat is on the grass chasing a buckle. So you might hear him charging about. Blue banana, winter squash. Yes, winter squash. Okay, we're going to have winter squash here. We're going to have dried cucumbers there, pumpkins. Winter squash, winter squash. Let's go and get some more water. There we go. Up to you, you look happy. And squats, Howard. That's a winter squash. I think that's the only one I've got those. I might just keep one. Courgette. Easy pick gold, although I happen to have written this rather badly. It looks like easy dip gold. So that's this one, oh, that's dead. Yeah, you can see I always lose a few, unfortunately, because I'm a bit clumsy. And when I pot them on. I always use a few of these the squash because I damage their stems. It's really easy to do. I don't advise you do it, but if you've got more patience than me, that would probably be a good thing. First time, a couple of times I did it, I was really sad, and now I got used to my clumsiness. I'm like, well, it's who I am. I try to do things too quickly. Try to do things between too many things in too little time. Okay, so I got this pumpkin Atlantic Giant, which I grew last year. I got like the biggest pumpkin I probably ever grew in my life, but because it was quite nice and wet last year, and the pumpkin like that, so it was like this big. It was like I could lift it, but it was a challenge. And I've also got this blue banana winter squash, which is a new one for me, but it looks awesome. Got it from Real Seeds because they have some really cool looking winter squash, and I just like squash. I like them in curries. I've talked about it before. they're a really nice thing to be able to roast or put in curries or whatever. That's winter squash. And you know what? I can use them really easily, and they also have got ones that will store sometimes quite easily, which means essentially you pick them, you cure them by putting them in the sun for a while, which is very easy, and then that's it. You can just store them. I've got a pantry where I can store that sort of thing, so it's quite. Oh, I forgot that one. Trumpuccino. That's the really long curvy summer squash. I've not tried it before. Quite excited to do that. I'm using these leaves, and it's probably just. I think it's probably okay. I'm going to give you a little bit more just in case it's that problem. Trumpuccino summer squash. This we got. This is a winter squash. And the cat is going insane. Yeah, Queensland Blue winter squash. This is the storage one. What? These guys have all been in the grow house. Weirdly, the ones with the yellowest leaves have been in the grow house. I don't know what that's about. I think maybe that just might be because I put all in all the squash. Winter squash would be in the grow house and kept them in there to keep them. Just because it's easier to fatten about them. We don't really want them outside yet, but yeah, they're a little bit yellow. I don't know what's going on with that. That's a sunburst patty pan. Maybe I need to bring them out for a bit of light. Sorry, sunburst patty pan is yellow squash. It's like that, like flying saucer shaped yellow squash, and they are my favourite. They are absolutely delicious. Roast them, like slice them. So you've got your flying saucer, and you slice it across the flying saucer, and you take them open, put garlic and oil on there, and then just roast them in the oven. They are so almost buttery. They're really delicious. Much firmer flesh than lot squash. Blue Hungarian, both winter squash. Yeah, what happened this year is I was really organised. I bought a load of seeds. Really squash seeds. I knew I wanted to try some different squash this year from Real Seeds, nice and early. Then completely forgot. Somebody's going to need upwatching soon, possibly. That one's doing really well, isn't it? That's a smaller pumpkin. But yeah, I bought a load of seeds from Real Seeds in like November, and then completely forgot that I had done that, and bought some more. Panicked because I thought I didn't have any squash seeds. And then just ended up with loads of them. And apparently I really like the idea of blue squash because I bought two types that are very similar, which is a blue Hungarian and a Queensland blue winter squash. But we're going to try them both and see what happens. Probably just grow one of each. You're a courgette. You seem like a happy courgette. That's good. Yeah, I put courgettes and summer squash together because, to be honest, they're very similar. They don't taste the same, but in terms of like growing, to me they are pretty much the same thing. Very similar plants. Blue Hungarian. Yeah, I've got to do some kind of winter squash. No, we don't need any more. Trumpuccino. Queensland Blue winter squash. There we go, you're over there, sir. Okay, another. These trays. Then, last tray of these squash. I've got a few more cucumbers on the windowsill that I did quite recently, and a few more pumpkins, but we'll work with that later. I think these ones will be watered recently, so that's okay. Cucumber. It's a crystal apple cucumber, which is, I don't know if you heard like a dragon's head cucumber. They're like, they're small round white cucumbers that have like spines on the edges, and they're just really crispy and really delicious. I really like them. My mum doesn't at all. She's like, they don't have a cucumber flavour, but I like them, and they're really good snack size sort of lunchbox cucumbers. I find not everybody in my house will eat cucumbers, so I don't really like the really long ones are not always the most useful ones. For me personally, that's a butterbush butternut squash. So this is one I'm trying this year, which is supposed to be I'm always in search of ones that will ripen quickly, like a cool season climate that we have, and this is supposed to be a bush variety of butternut squash. So the idea is it doesn't grow a huge long vine, it just grows a bush that's a bit more compact, it's a bit easier hopefully to grow, and yeah, that's the idea. Hopefully it'll grow quicker and do its thing, and I'll be able to get butternut squash in our climate. This is just labelled Rowan's cucumbers. Rowan is my little son, but I think they were the crystal apple ones, so I'll just keep those ones for myself. I'll give them away to friends, I won't sell those. Butterbush. Oh, a kihikuri, yeah. This is like, it's called it's winter squash. It's sometimes called an onion squash, but they are delicious and they store really well. They're really like firm, sort of orange flesh. Really good for roasting, really good for storing. Like you can't and they do pretty well in our climate, like better than a lot of other ones. They're not so fussy about temperature, so that is really good. Makes them a really like solid choice for doing in when you've got this, and they'll climb as well. So if you don't have much space, you can just put up, you need a pretty decent frame for them because they're quite heavy obviously, and they don't climb up, they'll climb like that way. So if you've got that, you can kind of make them go up. I did one in a spiral once, like rounded sort of, yeah, kind of, so that was quite like a sort of cone shaped sort of thing that I made out of, I can't remember. That worked quite well. I can see you are a courgette. Some round green courgettes. Oh, I've got a few of these. North Georgia candy roasted. I think we'll try this myself though. I did pick out all the ones I want in a minute. Otherwise I'll panic on the day and just put everything on the stall and then I'll sell things I want. This one is wonky because my thermometer fell down and squished it, but hopefully it's going to perk up. I'm doing 2 plant sales, so I'll probably just leave that one for the second one and see if it comes back. This one also seems a little bit sad. The butterbush ones just seem a little bit... Oh, I know why it is. It's because they were out in the greenhouse. I think I forgot about them. Oops. We'll see if they pop back. Some of the butterbush ones are looking a little bit sad. But as I say, we have 2 sales. They'll either perk up or they won't. They'll either perk up and get sold in that sale, or they won't, and I will chuck them or give them to someone. Well, probably just chuck them. He won't just squash. He won't just squash. Okay. It's quite a lot, isn't it? Okay, what have we got? I feel like maybe the pumpkin should be separate. I think I've only got one of the... Well, let's take up the ones I want first. If this is the only one... That's a smaller pumpkin one. This is going to be my tray. I got one... I did these last year as well. They do it's like a... Yes, just basically a smaller pumpkin. It just means that if we don't get the summer to ripen the big pumpkin, we will get some smaller ones, which is good. I like that. I really want one of these North Georgia candy roasters. I think I have to keep one of those because that sounds absolutely amazing. Where was my Anna Schwartz Hubbard. That one is delicious. I think only one of them actually germinated, so mine. They are green Hubbard squash. Hubbard is like a Hubbard, like cupboard. It's the storage squash. So you yeah, again, dense green fresh, kind of like an onion squash in terms of the actual flesh, but really good storer. And it's a climber as well, so that's nice because it just means I'm going to climb it up the edge of my, I've got an old polytunnel with like chicken wire over it, so that's where I'm going to put it. Oh, I need some kikikuri. I'm going to take a couple of those because actually I, kikikuri one, because I love them and I know they're going to do good. It's not a kikikuri. How about one as well? So I've got a few to sell. Hopefully these butterbush will perk up, but I'm going to take them in and give them a bit of warmth, see if they help. That helps them out. I do want a giant pumpkin, at least one. That one, I think so. Oh, what's that one? No, that's blue banana squash for that as well. So that's, I've got a giant pumpkin and a blue banana squash. What is, oh, blue Hungarian, yeah, I have that. I've got any of the other ones of those. Queensland blue. Queensland blue seem to be a bit yellowing, don't they? Oh, they just don't like my conditions, what I've done to them. I'll have that one. I'll try both, blue Hungarian, Queensland blue. I'm just trying loads of different ones I say today, so that I can see whether they work or not. Sometimes it's just a bit of an experiment, isn't it? I think that's all different kinds of squash I've got. Yeah. That does leave me with a decent number, doesn't it? That's all the winter squash. And then we've got some, oh, I was going to take Rowan's cucumbers for snow. So Rowan's cucumbers have got to come with me because I haven't labelled them correctly. And also, they belong to my son, so I thought something might be weird. I'm pretty sure this is crystal apple ones, so that's brilliant. I'll probably put one on his card and put a couple here. And I also want one market more one, because I do like, sometimes it's nice to have a green one. And that's a good green, traditional green cucumber. So that's 3 cucumbers. I've got 3 pots for cucumbers. Brilliant. So this can go into the thing. I need some patty pans. Oh, that's a sunburst. I'll have probably 2 sunburst patty pans. I want 2 colour tubes. I don't always do big things, so I will eat all of those. I've got 2 sunburst. And then I want, there's a lot of squash. I want to try this trombuccino thing, but I'm just going to see what I've got. Oh, that's a courgette. I've got that courgette, and this courgette looks very happy to have it. Trombuccino. It's a bit sad, but it's got damage on the leaf. Oh no, it's just bird poo. That one, trombuccino, like that. The rest, I'll have to say, so how many have got cucumbers over here? All cucumbers together. Give me a bit of an idea. I'm probably going to write this down. I actually talked to a camera outlet, so I can just get it off there. That'd be fine. Cucumbers and summer squash into this one. These still need a bit of protection, I think. At least tonight, because it's going to get down to like 2 degrees here overnight. So they really do. But I'll probably get it for another couple of weeks because, at least overnight, I'm just starting to harden things off really. Well, that's a lie. I have been hardening things off. These aren't winter squash. Okay, I have been hardening things off because I just bring them out. One of my lights is gone in the grow house, so I've been bringing everything out. But yeah, something's a little bit yellow, so I think I might just bring them out and just try and like give them a bit of life. It's a bit dry and give that a bit of water. And yes, I've got one that on my windowsill. I think on my windowsill I've got some. Oh yeah, I've got some small pumpkins because I didn't have great success germination on the smaller pumpkins, so I've got some jack-o'-lantern pumpkins which seems new this year. So hopefully should work. 11 cucumbers, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 summer squash. Which is not about right. People do cucumbers more than they do summer squash, I think. And then pumpkin-wise, I've got pumpkins. 1, 2, 3, 4 pumpkins. I looked at these already, probably. We've got 4 pumpkins. And then, and then, yeah, I've got a load more inside there. 4 pumpkins. That's how many inside? 1, 2, 3, and the 6 in there. So like 10 pumpkins, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 winter squash. So, oh, and I've got one over here. 14 winter squash. 15, 16, 17, 18 winter squash. Brilliant. Okay, that's for sale. I have stuff for myself. Let's not talk about tomatoes too much. Oh, there's more over here, hang on. Seedling squash. Oh, these are all courgettes. Oh, there's more courgettes. That's good. Courgettes. That's good because I've got space in this tray. There's 4 more courgettes. That's good. So yeah, I haven't done too bad on whole. See, I just don't know how I'm going to sell. Last year I did tomatoes and I sold just at the across the road on the village, and I sold 80 tomato plants. But I was selling them very early, like late April, and I was selling them very cheap. So no, that might make a difference. Cool, that's what I bought. No other ones in those there. No, we're all good. Cool, I'll take this inside. Still definitely got space on here, so I think what I'm going to do on my tray is also put my chilies and peppers and chilies in here. That's what I'm doing. So we have these Trinidad. I've got 4 of these, but I don't think I want to cook for myself. Trinidad perfume chilies, quite cool. They're the heatless ones. I'm quite excited about those. More of this is peppers. Some of this is some house tomatoes. So I've got so many of these little house tomatoes. I can sell some. But the second fate I'm doing is just here in the village, and it's like a child-friendly sort of one. So I think the house tomatoes are mini dwarf, so they only grow like that big. So I think they're going to be quite good. Ooh, that's my mystery tomato. I don't know what it is. It doesn't quite look. It could be house tomato. We'll just have to see. I might just give it away to someone. I have 3 melons called Melon Green Nutmeg. And they're supposed to be good ones for like UK climate, but I think probably like with a greenhouse in UK climate. So I'm going to try them in my little sort of plastic polytunnel at the allotment. But I'm also going to give one to a friend at the allotment who has like a big full-size polytunnel, and she's going to try one in there. So we'll try one outside the allotment, one in the polytunnel, and one in her polytunnel, and see what works. A bit of a fun little trial. But yes, Melon Green Nutmeg. Seem quite happy. Well, they've been on my windowsill, so that's about time. It's about time that they could come into here, be in the grow house overnight, and then out during the day. It's sunny. Okay, tomatoes. Fair warning, things are about to get very geeky. Outdoor tomatoes is kind of where I started, where I got really passionate about growing. Because I think partly because some people told me I couldn't do it, like it wasn't possible in the UK to do outdoor tomatoes, and I was like, well, that's a challenge. Or that you could only do cherry tomatoes. People say that a lot. It's only worth doing cherry tomatoes. Actually, it's not. It's something I feel quite passionately about. I have a lot of varieties that would prove people wrong. So on that very divisive theme, let's go. Hang on. What have we got? I don't know whether to sort these into like types, because okay, these are San Marzano, that's Moscovich. Okay, well, we're going to sort these into types. So the house tomatoes are over here, the dwarf, the mini dwarf, micro dwarf. San Marzano is a plum tomato. Ooh, excuse me, I've had a barbecue at some point anyway. San Marzano is a plum tomato, so like normally what you use for cooking a sauce tomato. And the beauty of it is it doesn't have a lot of juice in it's mostly dense flesh, so you don't have to cook off as much water. And also, I think that one's more likely to have all the fruit coming at once, because that's kind of what you want if you've got a sauce tomato. If you want a paste tomato, if you want to make a batch of sauce, you want it to all happen at once, right? Whereas a lot of the eating tomatoes that I have tend to sort of ripen gradually over time, which is much better if you just want to pick a few for your salad every kind of couple of days, you know? Okay, Moscovich is a red. These two are ridiculously cold weather tolerant. I don't recommend that you put them out in cold weather because it will slow them down, but they will survive and deal with fairly low temperatures in terms of like under 10 degrees quite easily, and I think under 5 degrees pretty okay. But I think you risk it a little bit for a little bit stunting, then a little bit slower growth, but they'll still survive and they'll still produce tomatoes, just possibly a bit later. So we've got Moscovich, which is a tall, like normal cordon vining tomato, that has bright red, decently large fruits. Like, it's not quite a beefsteak, it's more like a slice of tomato, but they ripen really well. Latar, which is like the most determined bush tomato there ever was, but it doesn't. So you think of a bush tomato as like a little bush here. Well, the Latar is like a bush. Okay, it is a wild. It's glorious. It is an extremely ugly plant, but it produces the most amazing tasting tomatoes, and it does so in pretty much any conditions. It's really determined, so I absolutely love it and will always grow it. So I've got Kookaburra Cackle, which is it's a dwarf, but it's not a tiny dwarf. It's like goes to about 4 foot, I think, and it gives you chocolatey, orangey kind of colour tomatoes. Like the flavour. They're just a bit different to red tomato. There's a bit more depth. I don't know, not depth, but less acidity, I guess. More sweetness in those. I love them. Also, the name is cool, so there's that. I think those are, there's Tumbling Tom tomatoes, 2 Tumbling Toms. Now, I personally don't grow these. I'm just going to put water for this, I want it to dry. But when I did previous sales, people are forever asking for tumbling tomatoes. So, I've grown some. I'm not a huge fan of a cherry tomato, to be honest, because I don't really like the pop. So I'm not probably not to grow them, but if people want them, that's fine. I'll give them away if I don't use them. Doesn't bother me. Paul Robeson. Oh my gosh, another on the other end of the scale. Paul Robeson is my favourite tasting tomato ever. It is purpley, chocolatey, like chocolate tomato with like a purple top, like shoulders, and it is so like deep and unctuous and not acidic at all. Some people always call it smoky, and I don't think it's quite smoky. It's kind of on that edge, like kind of umami taste. Oh my god, it's so good. And it is cold weather tolerant because it's originated in Russia, so we're good. This one is Latar. Oh, you can see the Latar ones. They're supposed to be super early as well. They just go. This is a new one. It's called Riser tomato or pocketbook tomato. And do I want to try one? I've got one aside. And it is it creates little like clustered tomatoes, and you're supposed to be able to like pick off one tomato and the rest is still good to eat later. So it's like bits like little clusters. I don't think it's as cold tolerant as other ones I've got, but it's quite cool. I might try again this year because it might be sunnier this year. You never know. I realised to put all the names facing you, and you can't see them on the camera anyway. I have. Oh, this is another one. This is called Audrey's Love, which is such a nice name for a tomato. It is a plum tomato, so a sauce tomato like some Marzano, but it is a green and brown striped tomato. It's really pretty, but I also really like the flavour. I particularly like it as kind of a if you want to bulk out curry and make it slightly sweeter, it's glorious. You can just whack, like I just pop them in the freezer and then defrost them as I need them. Skin them, take the skins off, because as you defrost them, and the skins just basically just fall off, those ones. And then just whack them a few in the curry, just as a bit of extra kind of goodness, a bit of extra nutrients. The beauty of these sauce ones as well is that they generally have thicker skins, which is not desirable if you're just doing an eating tomato. But if you are doing a sauce tomato where you want to peel the skins off anyway, it is so much easier to get the skins off those ones. And as I say, if you can either blanch them in hot water for like not very long at all really, until you see the skin crack, or you can whack them in the freezer as soon as you pick them. I tend to take the stalks out the centre because it makes it easier, and then as it defrosts, you can just put it in some like warm water to defrost whilst you're cooking everything else, and by the time you're ready for it, it'll be ready for you to peel, because you don't need the outside to be kind of defrosted. You're ready for you to lost its leaf, to peel and whack in. So win. I do like solutions where you don't have to do much preserving work, because I don't have that much time in my life. Yeah, you can see the difference between the moss switch that I've repotted. Can you see the difference in colour there slightly? Between the moss switch that I've repotted and the moss switch that I haven't yet. There's this little bit of yellowing, you can see the yellowing of the leaves there. And that just is probably because it's got less running out nutrients, so they definitely do need some repotting. But it's not going to be tonight, I'm afraid, guys. Not going to be tonight. Because I need to sort these plants out and I need to go to bed. Whoa, Riser tomato. He's been in the greenhouse, he's been enjoying that, hasn't he? It's much bigger. Cool, well, that's good to know. Oh, new one for me this year is called Aurora, which is like a yellow. It's yellow or orange, kind of big. It's nearly a beefsteak slicer sort of type. I'm not sure if I'm going to sell those or whether I'm just going to trial them. I don't know. I might take them along. Oh my gosh, look at that. I can't believe we've come out of the... When's the greenhouse? We've been in the greenhouse too. Wow, the greenhouse. Let's move these guys around a bit. They probably were the first ones I potted up though, so... This is Samsung. This is another one. I'm trialling another chocolatey one, chocolatey beefsteak type one. I've got all the trial tomatoes together because I think I'm going to take them along to the first thing sale that I do, because it's like a green fingers, it's like a gardening specialist one. So I think it's more likely to get people who'd be interested in trying them out, but I need to be quite like clear that they are. I'm just trying them and I don't know that much about them. But this is another interesting one. It's called Tomato Cougar. And it's a really nice tall one. It grows quite quick, as you can see. It's a storage tomato, and I did try it last year. I did do okay, but it got blight quite easily. I'm not sure whether that was the location I had it in, which was not ideal, or the fact that last year was just like blight central, really, wasn't it? Oh no, Aurora. There's Aurora. I've got Aurora and ananas. You know, for life of me, I can't remember what the difference is there. Oh, Riser tomato. Oh, there's a few more in the tiny pot still. I need to do my repotting up. So yeah, that's a good mix actually. I've got lots of ones that I am quite confident in. They're good ones. Okay, this is a lot of tomatoes, but we are not surprised by this. Okay. Yeah, okay, well, Tomato Cougar, I've got 5. That's a nice number. Moskowitz, I've got a good number. I'm quite happy about this. Okay, well, as it turns out, I completely forgot to record an outro to this video, so please enjoy this video of a baby blackbird, well, juvenile blackbird on my lawn while I do that. So I have a lot of different plants. I'm doing 2 plant sales, one at the end of May and one about mid-June. I think I've got enough. I was quite pleased with my little collection, but hopefully you've enjoyed hearing about the different varieties that I'm growing and that I'm going to be talking to people about the sales. I'll let you know how that goes. Thanks very much. Bye.